always been short. From when I was a child, my hair has always been short. I try everything with it. And nowadays, I try the wash and go.
Yeah.
And, you know, I still don't find that comfort zone yet. So I'm hoping I'll get something here tonight. I use almost everything to try and see what I can do with my hair. Cantu. I've used Cantu. I've used all different types of oil. Right now, I have some oil sheen. I have some Lotta Body Activator Curl. I have gel. I have Don't Shrink Flaxseed Elongating Curling Gel. You name it, I have it. So I'm really trying. So
all right, so just a little of your hair. Put the extend it, let us see what's going on.
This is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it. This is my hair.
Okay. So, but by nature, it is strong, right? You have
yes,
strong hair.
It's very strong, yes.
All right, but the length is what's not there. All right.
Yes, it's not there.
Okay. All right. So that was Sister Verona.
Right. So nowadays I just comb it and pat it down and I'm gone.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's see what we can do about that one. All right. Sister Anthea, you go ahead. Tell us what's going on with yours.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, sis.
So for my hair, when you talk about hair, you call my name because I started my hair journey for some time now. What works for me is water. Water inside out. I have my spray bottle. I use water in my hair a lot because for Black women hair to thrive, we need water, we need oils. So I'd massage my scalp with oils. I get my spray bottle and I spray my hair, deep conditioning, steaming, you name it. Whatever I eat, I put in my hair. So I love to have a avocado mask, hair mask treatment, banana, aloe vera, you name it. That's my hair journey. And I don't know if you're seeing my hair.
Yeah, that is your hair, right? That's all natural?
Yes, it's all natural.
Yes. Okay. So you're saying then anything that you eat, what you use on your hair are those things that you can eat?
Yes.
So are you saying then that you don't you move away from the normal shampoo and conditioners and those things?
To be honest, I don't really use shampoo because shampoo strips our hairs of oils. If you're using shampoo, I would advise to use the paraben and sulfate free. What I do use to wash my hair is just apple cider vinegar with some essential oils, scrub my scalp, and I do that like maybe two times for the month. And if I do need to use something in my hair, I co-wash, so I use conditioner.
Okay. So you use conditioner instead of the
shampoo.
Oh yeah. So that's a beautiful affair that's going on there. So yours have length and Ver have strength. All right. So beautiful. So all right. So Carlene said that it's good to know the porosity of your hair. So Carlene, you can unmute yourself and tell us a little more about that.
Hello, good night. So actually I'm signed in my mother's account. This is Brittany Smith speaking. So
okay, all right.
In regards to the porosity of your hair, this one way you can find out how to know the porosity of your hair. You take out a strand of hair and
all right. So can we see you? Can we see you? And you do us a little like a little demonstration. What's your name, sister? Brittany?
Brittany Smith.
All right, come Brittany. So can you show us a little do a little demonstration for us? All right,
I
what I'm
will.
going to do, I'm going to take off my screen share. I can always go back to that. All right, so that we can interact a little more. All right,
Just give me.
and while Carlene, Brittany is getting ready for that, any other thought we can take, because this evening I want us to wrap, because there are many things that we have been doing that has been helpful, and something we have been blessed with. So we want persons to be able to benefit from this evening session. Now, the program come to us from the Clifton Sda Adventist youth. So we are going to be hearing from the youths of the church, telling and sharing, all right? Because it's for the young group really, who sponsoring this aspect of our rap session. Okay, so you'll hear more from the Clifton youth. They will also will take a song or two from the young people from Clifton Church. All right.
Where is Clifton Church located?
Oh, I'm sorry, my dearest. We are in St. Catherine, Jamaica. It is a part of Central Jamaica Conference of Seventh-day Adventists. Okay, so actually that's my church, my dearest. That's my church. So it's a young group from my church. Okay.
Okay, great. I'm from the Ontario Conference.
Okay, all right, beautiful. From the Ontario Conference, meeting up with the Clifton Central Conference. All right. Okay, so we so Brad Brittany is there. I need some more hands. Somebody come tell us more. Give us a little more talk about what's going on with your hair. Because most of us, we have a bad hair day somewhere or the other. So somebody, come, Sister Miss M, you are live. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have the strength and the length. So
Oh, beautiful. Good combination.
yeah, but I don't like to put anything in my hair. So when I wash it, like, it's really it's if I put something in my hair, I feel like it's building up, you know, like I feel like it's dirty instantly.
Yeah.
So I tend not to put anything in my hair, and then about 3 days after, I begin to get dry scalp. So someone told me about the apple cider vinegar, but I'm not sure how to use it.
Okay, well, so that is your hair, right? Yeah, that's all yours. Okay, beautiful. So we will look into that apple cider vinegar and its use on the hair. All right, so we will get there, because as she said, the hair dries out easily because she doesn't want to put anything in there. All right. So how do we deal with that? Okay. Next hand. Okay, those who talk already, put down your hand so that we can deal with it. Alisa Johnson, you're going to show yourself and tell a little about what's going on with your hair. We're going to hear from Brittany. No, and then Alison, it will be your time to show your hair. Remember, don't run to try and fix your hair. We want to see our hair as it is, naturally as it is. No, what do we do about it? So don't try and fix it and say, I am having. No, this is your one opportunity. Yeah, your one opportunity to be yourself without worrying about your hair. All right, so Carlene, your time, you are up.
Okay.
No matter what it
Hold on, Sister Johnson. It is Carlene's time.
it just keeps breaking. And or I even put on something else, but it just keeps breaking. No matter what I do with it, it just keeps breaking.
Is it processed?
Yes, it is.
Okay, but you said it doesn't matter what you put in there. What are some of the things you'd have put in there?
All right, I tried. Well, I had to cut it off once completely, and then I curl it once. The only time it stood out, that years ago it stood out, was when I didn't put anything at all in it. I just had it natural. But then now I
For me, I don't like my hair looking. I don't know. I just don't like one hairstyle at the same for the years. So that's the problem. Maybe that's the problem with me.
All right,
But
so
for
we're
now,
going to address that. You hear that statement? I don't like my hair one way. So maybe we need to look at what's going on with Sister Alyssa. All right, we will
Yes,
get back
please.
to it. All right, sister. All right. Okay. Brittany, it's your time. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
okay, I'm currently doing my hair, braiding my hair, so you can see a little part of it. Let me turn my camera on.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Okay, so when I was talking about the porosity of your hair, this
Wait,
means
wait,
how,
wait, wait, Brittany, wait. Before I get that part, that's your hair. That's your hair on the left side, right side, whichever side that is, and your
this is
braid in
my,
the other side. Yeah.
yes.
So,
So I actually got some heat damage. My hair was long and I had to cut it off. So this is
yeah.
what happened. No.
So
Yes.
what? The damage was what? You had processed it.
No, I flat ironed my hair, but I did not
Mm.
use enough oil in my hair to protect it from the
To
heat.
protect
So it
it.
got damaged.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So
Okay.
go ahead now
So
with the porosity.
with the porosity thing now, basically this is how well your hair is able to retain moisture. So like for example, low porosity hair, which is my type of hair, it's very hard for my hair to retain moisture. So I have to soak my hair, like constantly soak in my hair. And I have to use like water-based moisturizers, like aloe vera, things with aloe vera, honey, and those type of stuff. I'm going to show you how you can test to know what type of porosity you have. So you can take out a strand of your hair. I'm not sure if it's going to be clear enough. And you're
Yeah.
going to place it in the water. And if it sinks, that means that you have high porosity here. If it settles in the middle, means that you have medium porosity here. And if it floats on the top, means that you have low porosity here. So basically, as I explained before, low porosity, you have to use water-based
All right.
moisturizer.
Okay. Let's go slowly now, Brittany. So the one that floats on top is the one that loves water because
No,
it's not
no, that one
okay.
does not love the water. It doesn't
All right.
retain the moisture.
So the one that sink at the bottom, that is a low porosity, right?
That's the high porosity.
Okay. Yes.
And the one that settles in the middle is medium porosity.
I know somebody's taking some notes, so we have to say it in a way that they can get it. So it is sinking. So that means that that is
High porosity when it sinks.
so we get that, Virgin. If it sinks, high porosity, and that one is the one that you need to give water, or the one that you don't give a lot of water.
High porosity here basically retains moisture well. So you don't necessarily need to have a lot of moisturizer in your hair because it soaks up the moisture.
So listen to that. Listen, we get that one clear. Ask your questions. No, you're not, Virgin. Ask your question, get it. There are some here that we can need more water than others, right? In general, you are told that black hair loves water, and therefore we just water all the time. All right. And some person will say, but I keep my hair moist. I use a lot of water and still I'm not getting, the result that I need. No, it is because of the porosity of the hair itself. And here Brittany is giving us our hair 101 lesson. And see, she did. So show us your thing now where yours is now, Brittany. I don't remember seeing it. You had put it in there and yours, yeah. And
I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to see it well. So it's actually floating on the top.
Right.
Not sinking or settling in the middle. And this applies for men's hair as well. So
yeah.
No,
the men are crying. No, men, hold on a while. We're going to take and see. She just mentioned that this is also for the men. So men, you're not being lost in all of this. You have to ensure that your hair is strengthened also. So even the things that we are talking about, you have to understand that even if your hair, you don't want your hair to grow long, you still want it to have luster and life and strength. You know, it must have it also. So what we are discussing goes for men and women, for everyone. We will look a little more at how we groom the men's hair and the woman's hair. All right. So I am sure that information was very helpful for us. I thought, Brittany, you're a blessing. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. All right, I'm going to take Elaine. Go ahead, Elaine. And then Sona Moncrief will follow after that. You can unmute.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, my dear.
With the hair that Anthea has, I had that hair all my years of growing. But when I hit my late 40s, it just got thinned out. So I'm wondering what caused the thinness.
Okay. All right. I think I better address that before I take Sonia. As we get older, and ladies, you have to remember this, as you get into your 40s, going on to your 50s, because you're going to be hitting the premenopausal age group right there. And therefore, what the body would have naturally done in the younger years, it no longer has the ability to cope as we get older. So we are losing a lot of things from our body. One of them that we are losing is our estrogen and our progesterone. They kind of get changed in our body. All right. So estrogen and progesterone, especially in our in females. Hold on, sister Moncrief. Hold on a while. All right. Our estrogen and our progesterone is what make us into female. One will look at the chemical aspect of us, and the other part will look at the biological part of us. All right. So as we get older and they start to decrease, then everything in the body start decreasing. So therefore, we have our work to do. We can't let the body just fall apart. Okay. No, some of the things that you have to look at, you say, oh, when we were younger, we could have get away with just eat just about anything that you want to. As we get older, you can't do that anymore. You have to look at your diet. Your vitamins and your minerals become very crucial. So you'll have to look at your fruits and your vegetables. You have to lessen the amount of carbohydrates you are taking in. Look at the kind of protein that you are using. And therefore, and then exercise become even more crucial as we age, right? And then this flip side of it is that as we get older, we don't want to exercise anymore. You see? We don't want to exercise anymore as we get older, or we get too busy. But yet it comes in so very handy. So with your hair loss now, where we're going to look at some of the things that we can do to help with the hair loss and the thinning and the strengthening. Okay. All right, sister Elaine.
Can I have a little follow up on that, Miss?
Yes, please.
My great aunt, all my life of knowing her, she has the same thickness of hair like Anthea up until now, and she's 90 something. Only thing changes is the color. The body, everything is the same. So as you hit on the point that's saying the diet, maybe it's something in my diet why my ear getting thin, but for all I'm knowing her, the body of the ear is consistent. Only the color changes.
But guess what? You hear her age? She's 90 something.
Yes.
You know what her diet was like before our age group? In the 40s, 50s here going on there for us. Our diet is completely different from hers because you see, their food that they eat were real food.
Yes, true.
real food. If you sit down with her and she tell you some of the things that they used to eat and what chicken leg used to look like or taste like, or what grown food was like, you know, all of that. When you talk to them, they had real food. Right? So we come upon this thing, especially we in the 40s, 50s now is when we start exploring the other things, because persons in that age group kind of grow up as children and good food. But as we get here, when we would have needed the good food more, we're in a position to help us to buy other kind of things too. You know, so that not like those persons before. Okay, so for the first like 50 years of their life, it was all good. All right, so that's our diet has a lot to do with it. Okay, so we will look a little at that. Sister Moncrief, it is yours.
Okay, good night, everyone. The lady that just spoke had asked one of my main questions about the thinning out of the hair. But what I noticed with mine, it thins from the front, like the first half.
Yeah.
The back has the same thickness, but the front. So I'm not sure what is happening. And then what I would like to know is how to make natural oil, because I don't want to be using hair oil anymore. I want to know how to use natural things to make my own oil.
Okay.
And how can I maintain that thickness? Because I don't like thin hair. I never had such thin hair. I always have nice thick hair.
Yeah, that is true. If you know Sister Moncrief, Sister Moncrief, are we seeing you? Because I'm not seeing you. Sister Moncrief, a beautiful. One of the things, even before I know her to talk with her, I've always admired her hair. Beautiful and thick, and looks so very good. All right.
I'm not sure how to open my.
You see right where you have your mic, right beside there, there's something that looks like
I see it and I'm clicking on it, but it's not opening.
Oh, there's you see a red cross go across on it?
Yes, the red cross is still start my video. Let me see what I'm going to see here.
Okay.
It's not, this red cross is still on it. I'm not sure.
All right, I don't know if maybe
the host
the co-host has asked you to start your video.
Okay.
I am not sure what it is.
Well, maybe the host is the one who have to do that. Okay. One of the in answer to your question though, one of the things that happened to us is that the front of our hair get most of the onslaught of what we do. If we can't comb our hair one day, then what do? We just brush it back quickly.
Yes, yeah.
and just put something in it to hold it and keep it nice.
Yes, that's what I do. Sometimes for 2 weeks, my hair is just in one and I just wet it, oil it and brush it.
Yep, that's what we do. And guess what? Even with, especially with hair like yours, which is really tend to be thicker and longer. Even when you're brushing it, most times it's just the front. Get it. All right.
Yes, I don't brush the back.
And when you put something in it, mostly it's the front, that because it's the front, there the appearances. All right.
Yes.
So the front of our hair get a lot more onslaught than the rest of our hair. So anything happening to it, I don't know if for the rest of lady, but do you? I don't know if it happened to you. Isn't that your front of your hair tend to gray quicker than the rest of your hair?
Yes, anybody that's where I saw the grays starting.
Yep.
Yes.
And I will complain and say, listen to me, look how much hair on the head. Why you didn't go in the middle and around the back? It is the front that take the onslaught a lot of times. All right. So, and that is one of the reasons, because everything happens at the front of our hair. Okay.
Doc.
Yes.
Doc, if I can just ask, can you put the live stream link in the chat? I have these youths they're asking for the live stream.
Oh, it never
Yeah, because it's
nurse, are you
recording
there?
live.
Yes, sir.
Can you send the link, please? Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so it will be posted there. I want it especially for the youths, because as we get older, we learn to cope with anything that's happening to us. But the younger people, they don't do very well when things are not going the way that it's supposed to do and supposed to go, and then they become a lot more self-conscious. So we put this together so that our younger people will have the opportunity to voice their concerns and we can come up with solutions. As we get older, we have a little more experience and we can tell some of the things that have happened to us and share it with the younger generation. The young people also, their minds are brighter, the more information is available to them, and therefore they have quite a thing or two that they can tell us, because they tend to be more explorative than the older persons. All right. Okay, so I'm going to be visiting the chat. I need someone to monitor the chat so that we can get some of the ideas that are being put there, because there's a whole lot of school that is going on there. So, okay. I remember someone had asked about the fact that the hair, was wondering about the hair. And I think it was Sister Verona's hair they were mentioning. Have your hair ever been trimmed or cut ever? All right. That was one of the questions. Trimming, grooming of the
Sister Verona, yeah.
right.
Never. It has
That's
never
never
been cut.
I think you need a treat and a cut. Mhm.
Yeah, in looking at hair treatment, one of the things that I noticed as I study hair, I recognize that you have to, especially the end, when anytime you comb your hair and you see at the end of your hair, you see those little string things on it,
Yes.
you have to cut them off.
Mhm.
Don't say, well, I don't want to cut my hair because I'm going to be losing that. If you don't take that off, then it's going to be hindering the hair's ability to extend, to strengthen itself and to look healthy. All right. So get off those little ends, because already they're dead part and they're not doing any good, only that give you that little quarter of an inch look. All right. Because your hair in general, your hair is going to grow about an inch a month. Now, things are hindering our, that's 12 inch for the year, All right. Because we are told that by rights, it is supposed to be doing that. Okay. But the hair, some of it will not stay with us because the damaged part is there and we need to take care of that also. But at least, even to say we get a quarter of that every year, our year is supposed to be quite lengthy by now. Although our genes also have a lot to do with it, because sometimes some genes are passed on to us that are maybe lacking in something or high in something. When you look at something like biotin, that is very crucial, and I will get a little bit into that. Another question, another thing Sister Elaine had mentioned, someone said they wet their hair a great deal, and then as Brittany had mentioned, is not every hair need a lot of water. Okay, we do it because we are told that our hair is a black hair and therefore we need to keep water in it, but it might not necessarily be the right thing for your hair. All right. So we have to look and see, and the demonstration that she gave at looking at the porosity of the hair is also very, very good. All right. So it is good to check it out. Let me see where we are. Is there any other question? All right. Michaela is answering my sister who said that her hair keep falling off, that she processed the hair too much. Okay. Now, we have to be careful where hair treatment is concerned, not only for the hair itself, but I'm into natural health and I'm telling you this. it affects you mentally. It will affect you. Constant processing of the hair will affect you mentally and spiritually also. Why? Because of the chemicals, the toxicity of the chemicals that we put in our hair. We have to be careful, very careful of it, because it has its side effect also. All right? So we can talk with that. Vinegar can damage your hair if it is not done the right way. Will make your hair very dry. All right. MMC, can you defend your statement that vinegar can damage the hair? Can we hear from you? Put up your hand. We will acknowledge you. I have Brother Bailey. You know, so most of the men on here, you know, they are bald-headed men who want to learn.
Watch it, watch it, watch it.
All right, that one was not for you, Pastor. It was another of my friend who I'm going to.
All right, Doc, you got me.
Brother Bailey, it's your time. I'm not sure that. Brother Bailey.
Yes, there. I just want to emphasize something that you had said a while ago when you talked about chemicals affecting the brain, affecting you mentally.
Yes.
Skin is the largest organ in your body. Whatever you put in your skin is directly into your bloodstream, and if it's by your brain, it's literally going right into your brain.
Yes, that is true. And
some folks may not take you seriously when you said that, but there's a direct path into your brain.
Yes. Do you know, I remember a story was told of someone who is a medical missionary told us this story, that there was a lady who for years she had been dyeing her hair, right, using a color dye, and it was she liked it kind of reddish, something like that, and something happened and she had to do a surgery. They were going to do a surgery on her brain, and when they removed the scalp, her brain was literally red. The color, the natural color, the gray matter, that creamish look, all of that was destroyed. It was red because of the dye that she has been putting in her hairs for many years. All right. Now, what will happen to you? It's going to affect you. Why we say mentally, it's because these chemicals are going to be seeping in your brain, and as they go, they are going to be changing the neurotransmitters function. Right? The function of your neurotransmitter will be affected because of the chemicals that you are putting there. So don't take it lightly. Don't be quick to process in. Some persons every month or every 3 months, they're putting in these creams. Another thing that we found out is that persons who are going to be doing any kind of x-ray or anything on the brain, if you wear braids, then they ask you that you have to take out these braids and you have to wait. I cannot remember how long, if it was a month or 3 months, that they had to wait before they can perform these things because of the effect of the braid on the scalp. All right. So these are very important little points that we need to remember. All right. Okay. So from Anthea, she said that I use a spray bottle to water my hair. I don't dampen the hair. I have to moisture my hair because I have low porosity hair. All right. So I do that with my hair where the water is concerned. But what I do, I get the rainwater. All right. I get rainwater and I in a little spray bottle, and I will use it to dampen my hair. I prefer that than the normal pipe water that we use. All right. So for the men, we have something for you. Give us a little time, you know, that we're going to tell you how the men, what we put together as the men's grooming technique. I know I will not get away with this one. All right. So Alison is saying that I'm thinking of going back natural, but do not want to cut my hair again. All right. She's asking what she can do. So anybody have any idea, you can tell. What I do, what I could recommend for you, Alison, is that you just you start treating the hair, and there are natural things that you can use. I heard Anthea said she used anything that she's eating, that what goes into her hair. I can tell you there are 4 things that you can use to help your hair. First one off the bat without a second thought is your aloe vera. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And what I'm seeing of your hair, Alison, is that you can easily just make the gel from it, scrape it off in a bottle, and you can put just some essential oil. What are some of the best essential oils that you can use? I don't know if Sister Josephine is around or Sister Donna. They do very good essential oils. I buy those are the ones I buy from them. All right. You could use the peppermint oil. Peppermint is very stimulating, and therefore it's very stimulating to the scalp. Nurse, you can check if Sister Josephine or Sister Donna is on. It's very stimulating to the scalp, so you can use that one. You can also use your tea tree, because sometimes our body there's maybe fungus going on in there, bacteria might be in the system. All right, and it helps to prevent the build up of any kind of germs in your system. I think Sister Donna is there. All right, Sister Donna, is that you?
Good evening. Yes, Doc, it's me. I'm here. I'm
Oh,
not sure if Sister Josephine is here,
oh,
but I'm
praise
here.
God. I didn't know you guys were on, but I was just telling them that I like the oils that you guys have. That's the one that I like to use, because I like the quality of it. Now, which of the ones that you would recommend for the hair, Sister Donna?
We have right off the bat, I can tell you about the rosemary as well as the cedarwood oil, especially
Okay.
the cedarwood oil.
Mhm.
That's a powerful one to use.
Okay. I think that will be in my next order. I've not used this cedar wood. Yes.
Yeah, but
I will make sure I take care of taking that one. But the rosemary, God has blessed us with rosemary. It's amazing. Do you know that rosemary is excellent for anything to do with your headspace? I think that's the easiest way of putting it. Anything to do with your headspace, it is rosemary. So it can be used for memory loss. It can be used for stress, for Alzheimer, for dementia. You just name it. Anything that is going on in the head, rosemary. So even if you cannot sleep, which is a brain problem, rosemary is excellent for it. And hair, it is good for your hair also. Okay. If you're interested in those kind of oils, you can put your number in the chat there, or take Sister Donna or Sister Josephine can put their number there, and you can contact them, because they're the ones I get my oils from. Very good. All right. Okay. So off the bat here, you hear Sister Alison, you can use the gel, the aloe gel, put your rosemary in there. She mentioned the cedar wood, so you can contact her about that. The tea tree oil. Try not to put a whole lot of different things mixed up together. Okay, don't overwhelm the hair. So you can mix one or two. So that's good. Another thing that can strengthen the hair nicely, and because your hair is short, it makes it easy to use, and this goes for everybody. The Jamaican black castor oil. You can rub that oil in your hair, and you can put a steam cap on and sleep with it. As a matter of fact, you can do it even 2-3 times for the week. It's a heavy oil, so therefore it is good for you to rinse it back out. Then just leave it there, because it will make your hair limp. Okay, so but that is very good for strengthening the hair. So those persons who are talking about strengthening of the hair, I think Sister Helene has the same problem. You can do that. Another one that you can use also is to ensure that you're taking kelp in your diet. K-E-L-P. All right. Take your kelp, go to your health store and find your kelp and use it, as this is very good also for straightening. And this is here. This is for the inside, but it will appear outside. Okay. So we can do that also. Another thing that you can do again is to ensure that you are using some of the natural things. Auntie alluded to it, and it is true. So you can use your ripe banana. I had one young lady, ripe banana was her go-to. She used ripe banana as her conditioner. Okay. Some person it is avocado. Okay. No, for me, I like to make a concoction that I use as in my spray bottle with my water, my rainwater. I put rosemary, I put fennel and fenugreek. All right. Those are the things that I mix together and just make a tea from it, put it in my spray bottle, and I'll use that on my hair. Okay. All right. Any other hand? I'm trying to go through. All right. Any other, let me see. I need someone to monitor this chat. It's gonna. Someone is asking, have you heard of what is that? Shea Butter. All right, tell us a little of that, Alex K. We can unmute you. You're unmuted.
Yes, good evening. It's something from Chad, Africa that I learned about on Instagram. And the women are able to grow their hairs to extreme lengths by using it in natural hair, using Shea Butter. And I started to do it, and I noticed a difference too.
So what does that look like? Is it
So you can buy it in two different forms. You can buy it infused with Shea Butter, which makes it easier to apply to the hair from the roots to the tips of the hair. And they say that when you use it, you're to plait the hair and leave it in there for about 4 days. And then it has a lot of nutrients to help to mineralize and really strengthen the hair. But you can also buy it in the form of the actual, it's like very grainy in its natural form. And then you add this oil called car oil to it. And you do the same thing. But for me, it was easier to use it in the butter form where it comes with the shea butter. But the real extreme, fully mineralizing opportunity is the way it comes and totally natural. I got it from Amazon both ways, but for me, it's way easier to use as an actual infused butter form. If you look it up on Instagram, CHEBE, Shea Butter, you'll see a lot of information about it from Africa.
Okay, all right. Okay, we can do that. I do use the shea butter though. I remember the first time I was introduced to shea butter was in Africa, and but it is so beautiful to see how it was used. They gave me this big pack of something, and they said just put it in your hair and brush it. So I would put it in my hair, part my hair in two, and just brush it, and my hair become as straight as arrow. You know, it's as if the hair looked processed, because the constant brushing it and keeping it like that, and then just plaiting it. It really was excellent. I used that one, and I'm going to show you all my daughter's hair grow over the lockdown. I used that time to steam her hair and to have the time to brush it during those times, and you know, grooming it, and her hair grew almost like 3 times the length of it now. Okay, so I'll show you her hair later. Okay. Someone mentioned about clove, and yes, clove can, as a matter of fact, can I say that any of the oils that you're going to be using, you can infuse your oil. No, Michaela does infused oil. Michaela, you want to tell us a little about that. So any oil that is stimulating. Some things we tell you don't use them in the diet because they're stimulating and you don't want to keep stimulating your body. But here they can be used in your hair. Why? Because it's good to stimulate your scalp. Okay. So Michaela, are you where you are? Put up your hand so we can unmute you so that you talk a little about the clove and some of the other oils. Put up your hand so that we can see you. All right. All right. Someone said that was Galaxy A12. Say that clove, grow backer, thinning hair. So Galaxy 2, put up your hand also. Remember, this is interactive. We are sharing together. All right. Where is Michaela? All right. So this is Michaela. All right. So go ahead, Michaela. Tell a little about that oil.
Yeah, sure. Hi, all right, good night, everyone. The oils, someone was mentioning about the thin of the hair. One of the stuff that I also mentioned was rosemary. Rosemary is a very good plant for thickening the hair. You can take the leaves of the rosemary and you can use a carrier oil like olive oil, and you can either do two ways. You can use it corporate, so you don't warm it. It's better you don't warm it. Or if you're going to warm it, you can do like a double boiler method, which means you have a pot of water boiling and then you put it in another basin, and then you have the olive oil in the other basin with the rosemary in it, and allow it to steam and then afterwards you put it in a bottle that it stay overnight, and you can use that in your hair. It's very good for thickening your hair. The clove, as well as the other person mentioned, is very, 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 very good for your hair. I was reading about it the other day, and it helps to strengthen your hair, as the other person was mentioning. So when you're trying to make oil for hair, the clove as well, you can powder it. You can you have a good amount and you grind it into a powder, and you do the same thing that you do with the rosemary. Or if you want to let it stay that way, you can just apply it in the oil and they do the double boiler method as well, and you get it as the clove is a carrier oil, and then you put the cloves in it, and then you boil it, and then you let it stay overnight, and you get the clove oil, because the oil would the nutrients from the clove will be extracted into the oil that you can use on your hair, and it helps your hair. Very good for your hair.
Okay, thank you very much. All right. Okay, so Lawrence, go ahead. Your hand is up. You can unmute and speak.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Yeah, good to hear from a gentleman. Go ahead. Oh, you say morning. Where we are? Yeah.
Yes, it's 1 a.m. here in Ghana. I'm from Ghana, and I'm enjoying your discussion. And I want to say that thank you, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
I'm so glad you joined us. I wish we have some more Ghanaian on with us tonight, Ghanaian on with us. It's beautiful to have you. And your country has a lot of, which of the butters is famous over there? I know Shea Butter is there, right?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's where I got my Shea Butter from. What other things that, the ladies over there or the gentlemen use on their hair?
Oh, we normally use the Shea Butter only because of its values that it can help, because of the health benefits that it has on the human body and on the hair. So we normally use Shea Butter here a lot in Ghana.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know you guys have a way of using that, and for the skin, the hair and the skin, and give you guys wonderful, beautiful looking skin. So I would encourage anybody, get Shea Butter. Get something, Bridget. One of the things that where we have failed, we have given into a lot of advertisement about things that seem good through the advertisement, but they are not good for us. The black hair is different from other hair. It is beautiful. It is strong. It was made to survive just about anything and everything. And in his mercies, God has provided the things that we should use to care for it. No, our hair, unless you were born that way, your hair was not made to look long and straight like persons of other race. That's not us. It is not a part of our makeup, because who we are, our hair with the kinkiness in it, is best suited for survival in our situations, right? So, but what we need to learn is how to consistently take care of it and not try so desperately to make our hair look like those of more Eurocentric. I think that is where the big breakdown has gone. That's where we have gone wrong big time. So even if we look at the shampoo and the conditioners and the hair treatment, most of them, they are Eurocentric. You know, they are Eurocentric. It doesn't have anything to do with our kind of hair. And as we continue to use them, we are suffering because of it. All right? We are suffering. Certain kind of thing. How often do we read our shampoo bottle? How often do we look at it? Anything, your thing must be, there must be sulfate free, there was some paraben free, there must be free from alcohol. Many of these things, they're setting alcohols. All right. And that's why persons have to write on the bottle alcohol free, because of the whole aspect that it is steep in alcohol. All right. Even sometimes they have the glycerin, but it's from alcohol they make these things. Okay. So you have to read your labels. Even as we look at food itself, internal food, and I want to also to talk a little about food, but I want us to get the outside application in a little first. You have to go back to understanding your hair, the whole makeup of our hair, and know that there are products naturally, especially when it comes to your food, that can help us. That can help us. And I've seen it. I've seen it when I took the time. Lockdown was a blessing for us in the sense that it gave me the time to concentrate a little on my daughter's hair. So, and I saw the result. I saw the result even on my hair. Although, unfortunately, I don't take as good care of it as I should. All right. But I'm saying that you could see the benefit of it. So let me hear from Donna and Galaxy A12. Go ahead, and then we.
Good evening again. Yes, I agree with you, Doc, with the brushing of the hair. When you brush your hair, it does something for it. Because before I became a Christian, I used to watch television. I would sit down in front of the television and brush my hair, and the strength of my hair was what I had. And until when I started doing processing my hair, that's when the breakdown of my hair and my hair started thin from then on up to that point. But thanks be to God, getting to learn about a lot of things about my hair. My hair has have a lot of growth, and I never had a problem with the length of my hair prior to my becoming a Christian, but it was after. My hair was just thinning, and before that, I had, my hair was had a lot of strength in it. And so afterward, then my hair started to get thin, and then I started to learn how it is to help my hair. So, brushing it does help. You don't have to don't use a brush that is very, the bristles are very too thick, like iron or something. Use something that is very, that can goes with the flow of the hair. It's very light. And when you stroke your hair, and you massage the scalp, it does help. And also we do have this blend that can help too, with rosemary, thyme, and lavender and cedarwood and frankincense. That's a blend that we promote that can able to prevent hair loss, and for those people who have alopecia.
I would suggest that you put your numbers there that persons can get it, because when you have it infused like that in one, it is so much easier to buy. I prefer that it is there already and I just use it. So please put your numbers there so that person can just get in touch with you guys, you and Josephine, so that they can get to take care of the hair. All right, thank you so much, my dearest. Another thing that was that I need to mention, I think Galaxy A12, which we'll be speaking next, mention it. If you're going to be damping your hair with the water, I would suggest that you, after you have done that, use the oil to lock in the moisture. I find the difference. If I just spray my hair with the water and leave it, it dries out quicker. But what I do in another bottle, I have which is it? No, I have coconut oil with olive oil, grapeseed oil, and a little castor oil. I put just a little castor oil because it's so heavy. All right, I have that, and I put which of the oil in it? I think it is tea tree oil. No, the tea tree oil is in the water. The tea tree oil and the peppermint oil is in my rainwater. So I spray it with that rainwater, and then I use the oil to lock it in. So after I part the hair, spray it, I comb it out, spray it, and then after that I use the oil on it and then twist it after that. So the moisture that can stay, as a matter of fact, it can stay like for 2 days. All right, and those who know me know that I'm not a daily comb of the hair. As Sister Moncrief said, that's what I do. My hair can stay like it, like for a whole week. The hair, I just twist it and leave it. Okay, but that is how you ensure. One of the things that's killing the hair is that the hair doesn't get time to breathe, and the hair is not being nourished from the scalp, and Brother Bailey spoke about that. The scalp has to be taken care of because it's your skin. And if the skin is clogged, we put too many things in our hair. In your scalp, don't put the oil on your scalp because a lot of time it forms a kind of barrier and the hair cannot breathe. You have to learn how to massage your scalp. The brushing can do that, or you'd use your hand and massage your scalp, and don't oil your scalp, just keeping the thing down on it. Someone had mentioned that their hair tend to get dry. I hope you can take that suggestion I've given. All right. Don't clog your pores on your scalp. It needs to breathe. So anything you're going to put on it, then make sure that it's something that can seep into your body and not something that just coat the scalp itself. So if you use, say, hair oil, and you put one that has like what is it called? Petroleum jelly. Petroleum jelly is a barrier. That's why you can use it on your child's skin if when they're wearing diaper, because it keeps the urine from touching the skin. It's the same thing if you go put it in your hair. When you do that, you're putting a barrier there, and therefore the scalp cannot breathe. If it cannot breathe, it cannot grow because it's going to die. All right. So avoid doing that. Anything it must be something light that can seep through your scalp. So that means you can only use things that are good. One of my Clifton young ones, Janelle mentioned lavender. Lavender oil is beautiful and very calming to the nerves. So if you put your water bottle, you can put 1 or 2 drops of these essential oils in it and just spray the scalp with it. Okay, and these are oils that are not heavy, so they can penetrate into the system, and there are oils that can go inside of us. All right, let me take Galaxy A12. You can go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. So I was talking about the clove, and I was saying that clove is able to regrow the thinning hair. And how one of the ways that it can be done, I know somebody talked about the oil, but you can also use it as a spray to mist your hair. So you would boil it, and you can boil clove along with fenugreek. And you can also put drops of cedar wood in that, and that would help to regrow your hair. And the next thing I would like to talk about is shea butter. When we use our shea butter is very awesome in locking in your moisture. But we want to ensure that the growth that we're getting, we're retaining it. Because if we're not retaining it, then we're not going to see the length to say that our hair is growing. So shea butter will help to lock that moisture in. So you don't just put shea butter on your hair when you wash it. So say your hair is in a protective style for 3 weeks. You need to constantly applying shea butter. So if you know that your hair loses its moisture, say in 4 days, you're gonna do the process over. You're gonna spritz your hair, apply your oil, and put your shea butter on. And you do that until you're ready to take down your style. When you're taking down your style, before you touch your hair, you're gonna apply your shea butter again, and that is going to prevent breakage from happening. And you want to ensure you're applying from the ends of your hair to the root, because the ends of the hair is the elders the elder part of your hair, and you want to ensure, babes, could you take Zachary please? You want to ensure that you cover your ends, because your hair starts breaking from the ends. So once you lose your ends, then you're gonna lose and lose and lose until your hair is not what you want it to be. So you apply from the ends to your root. Always make sure, and even if you can't focus on your scalp, say for a particular evening that you need to do your hair routine, make sure that you do something to your ends. Cover them with oil and shea butter, and that will help you to retain the length of your hair.
Oh, okay, beautiful. And another thing I could add for you, and someone had mentioned it in the chat, and it is true. Don't use the comb to detangle your hair. And if you
Yes.
have to use a comb, make sure the comb that I have here, the teeth are so very, very wide apart. It's the biggest size width I could get. So if you're using it, then make it be as wide as your finger that you would have used. All right, don't tear out your hair when you are detangling it. And every time for our black hair, when we pull it out, it's going to be tangled some. So we have to detangle it. You can, and I find when you wet it, it detangles easier. All right. I try not to detangle your hair dry, because then you can hear it, you can almost hear it snapping. Okay,
Yeah.
so wet it some. You can even put a little oil in it. Wet it and put a little oil, and you'll find that it detangles a lot easier. All right. No.
And that may I add?
Yes.
May I add that also when we're washing our hair, sometimes we use very harsh chemicals. So what we want to do is we want to apply whatever oil your ear loves. And when we say that, is some people here likes coconut oil, some people here likes olive oil, some people here likes avocado oil. And what we identify that is when you apply whichever oil you apply on your hair, it doesn't sit on your hair, but your hair actually absorb the oil. That's the oil that your hair loves.
Okay.
We want to apply some of that oil before we wash our hair. And when we do that, we would not be stripping our hair of the natural sebum that our hair produces. And that will help our hair to be strengthened and to be beautiful. And the next thing too, black people hair, normally because of the complexion of our skin, people would normally refer to us as rough and hard and stuff like that. And that is not so when it comes to our hair. Our hair, as much as it looks that way, like it's rough and tough, our hair, the most tenderest part of our body when it comes to that is our hair. Our black hair, it breaks very easily. And so if you're having a protective style and you don't have the time to take it down, do not touch your hair, because you're gonna break it. And if you break it, then you're not gonna get the result that you want. So we have to, yes. And if you have a protective style, so your hair is plaited, you don't have to take down all of it at once, because if you're gonna try to beat time to take down all of it, trust me, you're gonna break it.
Yes.
So take it down in small portion, do something else, and come back to it when you're in the mood to take it down.
In other words, don't comb your hair in a hurry.
Right.
Don't come because most time when you do that, you drag your hair.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to get it and you're just trying to don't comb your hair in a hurry. So I have my go-to gel. Oh yeah. That when when it's too busy and I can't comb it, then my hair is in one. And Sister Moncrief, I must mention that I think you do the same thing that I do. We have a tendency to keep our hair in one. I was known as one because that's it. I don't comb. One is just my go-to because my life is busy and most time I don't have the time for all the rest of things, but I put it in one. And most time when you do that, you're literally dragging your hair out of your scalp. All right. So what should have been gentle going, it become very tender and unhealthy. All right. So even if you're putting your hair in one, try not to tighten it. Let there be breathing space. Just hold it, give it a slack one, if you know what I mean. Don't tighten it, don't tighten the hair of the root because it will come back to haunt you. All right. And I have my gel. I like the aloe vera gel. I make flaxseed gel. So I use the flaxseed with the rosemary, the sage. And ladies who are graying, God is so wonderful and beautiful to us. He didn't want us to suffer, you know, because you know that this is going to affect us as ladies. So you know what he did, he gave us many herbs that are excellent for helping with our grays. So there has a wonderful henna with the indigo. I've never used indigo before. I'm sure others have, but I do the henna. And we have the sage, we have the rosemary, we have the fenugreek. Those I can think of offhand. And when you do the combination, it's excellent for helping with the grays that tend to affect the hair front because that's where we tend to gray most. Okay. Mainly because of what we do to our hair, really. That's what it is. It doesn't even have anything to do. And Carlene, it is true. It pushes back our hairline when we consistently pull on our hair to put it in one. And you know, I sound very hypocritical if I said we need to stop that, because I'll have to say, I am going to stop that. And then I can say to you, stop that, stop doing your hair like that. Okay, because that's something I have to learn. Okay. So the homemade gel, excellent for using. I'm going to buy, I saw Sister Donna put up about there's these wonderful herbs, the rosemary with the thyme, lavender, cedarwood, and frankincense. I want those. All right, that's all for preventing hair loss. I want one of that. It is easier, and the oils are so potent that you don't need 4 drops of each and 2 drops of the frankincense. So I need to get one of that. Men, you can use that for the grooming of your beards also. Nurse, I'm going to ask you to put up the men's grooming balm. We want to put that up for our gentlemen so that they can see that we did not leave them out at all. Another thing I must mention to us ladies, sometimes when we are graying, it can be that our diet is not good. If we are suffering from any sickness, any disease, it's going to rob your body of nutrients. All right. And therefore, what you have to do is look at the nutritional content of what you're taking in. If you're taking things that are, say, high in starch or high in sugar or salt, then it's going to rob your body of some of the nutrients that you might need. So therefore, we need to look. And I'm thinking of when we are getting older. Your body start going down after you reach 25, you know, so you have to be careful of what you are doing. Okay, so if there's any kind of sickness, it will give your it will kind of lessen the protein content of our bodies. So therefore, you need to ensure that you are looking at your diet, because it will show your skin and your hair, skin and nail is the mirror of what is going on inside of us. Okay, so look at it. What's going to help? Citrus fruits are good if you don't have allergies to them. That's very good to take in. Your melon family is good. So in melon family, we look at watermelon, cantaloupe, cucumbers, All right, honeydew, melon family, excellent for your hair. We look at the seaweeds. Seaweeds are beautiful. So you talk about the Irish moss, you talk about your spirulina, your chlorella. Which one I'm leaving out? There seem to be another one should mention. All right, but you take these in. As you take these in, then they will nourish the hair follicle. Okay. Your green leafy vegetable, you can't go wrong. All right. You can't go wrong with that. Thank you. That was the one I tried to remember, Sister Donna. Good to have medical missionaries here, you know, man. Yes, the other one is kelp. So let me go back to the sea vegetable. Put those in your diet. Your kelp, your spirulina, your Irish moss, and your chlorella. All right, that's 4 of them. All right. Stacy's asking, where can we get these hair products? Which of the hair products you are talking about? The one with the oil that Sister Donna, that I spoke to Sister Donna about, or if it is like the chlorella and the kill, you can go to Maranatha Health Food Store and you can get those. All right. The oil, Sister, if you scroll up in the chat, you will see Sister Donna had posted our number along with Sister Josephine number, and you can contact them and you can get those. All right. Early grain, some can be genetics, it can run in the family, and if it runs in the family, it's because there's deficiency in nutrients. All right, so you'd have to explore that. What are the nutrients that's deficient in that family? Another thing can happen is that the body is not getting enough nutrients itself. All right. Someone mentioned, could it be linked to melatonin? Melatonin is because the body is not well. So as we say, you have to look at sicknesses. What is the sickness? If melatonin is not in, the disease you would have had is insomnia. All right. So these are some of the things that we need to look. And if we are having the insomnia, we want to rebalance that, then we have to look at the wonderful ashwagandha or licorice. You understand? So there are ways, anything that's going on with us, we can be made whole. Brother Bailey, you can go ahead.
Yes, Dr. Lamle, there are a few questions in the chat that have not been answered or have not been answered completely.
Yeah.
Do you want to get a rundown of them?
I would, because
Or do you want me to message them to you?
I'd rather, if you can mention some of them, because I was looking at the chat and trying to answer them as I go along. So I guess some of them I might have missed. All right.
So
go ahead.
Miss Salmon, I think someone else was asking about the proper method for using apple cider vinegar in hair. So I think specifically for washing. And Anthea Young had responded about half water to half apple cider vinegar and follow with liquid oil and cream, using shea butter and air dry after washing. I don't know if that's a complete step-by-step.
All right. So one of the things, I use apple cider vinegar when I'm washing the hair, especially I definitely wanted to strip it of some of the built up of things, especially if I don't wash the hair for a while, because you're going to have built up in your hair. So I use that in the hair, but I'm very careful of it because vinegar by nature is very stripping of anything that it comes in contact with. You can use it to clean your house. Better to clean your house than any bleach you can think of. Clean your bathroom. It can clean your kettle. It can lime scale built up on your faucets. You can get rid of it. So it's an excellent thing for stripping. So if you're going to be using it to strip your hair, ensure that it is just a part of the process. Don't strip your hair, wash it and leave it, because that's double stripping. I use, for myself, I depends on how I'm doing it. I try to use a 1/4 cup of vinegar. I put it in the pan because I want to measure the water that I'm using, and I use it immediately just before I steam the hair. Okay, so I use that so that the chemical buildup can be stripped from it, and then I steam the hair. In the steam, there is oils. So therefore, it will replace some of the moisture that I take out. All right. So that is how you would have used it. Strip the hair with it, but it must just be a part of the process. Let that be the first part. Then you do your steam. So don't use it on a normal basis. You do it when you're going to be steaming. All right.
Okay,
So
Alison Johnson asked how to switch to natural hair without cutting it. And she also mentioned that her hair keeps breaking.
okay, so that was the one I was explaining, that with the aloe vera gel, we can use it for the aloe vera, or the food. You can use your ripe banana, your avocado, and those. And also we mentioned the spray water bottle with the rosemary and the fenugreek and those that we had mentioned before. All right, that was in answer to that.
Okay.
I heard. I say,
Go
brother,
ahead.
hold on. He said, if one cannot have ashwagandha, what is the alternative? We can use your licorice if you don't have high blood pressure. All right. Someone said bleach my hair, it turned blonde. I don't know which of the product they were talking about. They'd have to tell. What's the other one, Elder?
Misha Gale Peer asks about the types of hairstyles that you do that can cause thinning of the hair.
Anything that pulls on the hair. You want to avoid that. So like mine, which is always in one, that's not good for our hair. I have to get to the point where what I have to do, I have to make it very slack when I put my hair in one. Anything that's going to be drawing on your hair. So if you want to braid your hair, cane roll your hair, and you have to pull on those little parts to get them, then that's going to hurt you. Another thing that's going to happen for those who wear what how do you call it, weave, or those kind of hair. You buy your hair and you put it on, and most time to hold it and make it look neat, they have to really twist it in. And you know what what amazes me, Brother Billy? Have you ever seen a woman knocking her head? Put on some falls here and then they start knocking the head. They sew it in or they put it in and then they're knocking it because it is so tight. That's not good for you, not only for your hair's sake, but it's not good for your brain. And you're pulling that hair from outside of the scalp. So don't do that. You're weakening your hair roots. Okay. Brother Bailey, there is it in the chat. There is the men's ingredient. This is how the men can make something for their beard. We make sure it is there. There it is. 2 tablespoons the beeswax with the shea butter, the coconut oil, jojoba oil, arrowroot powder, 10 drops of essential oil, and you can do 5 drops of, or 5 drops, or 4 drops and 4 drops and 2 drops. All right, Sister Josephine and Donna mentioned some of the oils. So if you have those essential oils, then you can mix them accordingly. But that is for the men and their beard. All right, this will give, and a question was asked that sometimes men wear the braid because of the hair bumps and those things. The best thing to use, learn that same little spray bottle that I spoke about. Please put a little tea tree oil in it. Put the tea tree oil with the rainwater. I like the rainwater because it's light and it is soft and it's easy to grow. All right, so you can put that in it and spray inside of the beard, part your beard and spray it so that it gets onto the flesh itself. All right, and it will help to start healing the body. When you have done that, then you can put maybe the balm for the man on the hair.
A couple things that will prevent razor bumps as well is if whenever you shave, make sure that you wash your face before you shave. So you're washing off any dead skin and any dirt or whatever on the skin. And probably one of the biggest things that will cause razor bumps is using a double or triple or quadruple bladed razor. Those are geared for people with straight hair. When you shave with a blade that has with more than one blade, the first blade will stretch the hair and the second one will cut it off below the surface of the skin, which will lead to razor bumps as well.
Okay. So that's not good for our men.
So if you're using a blade, the best thing is to use a single bladed razor. It's not as smooth, but you won't get razor bumps because you're not cutting the hair off below the surface of the skin.
Okay, all right. All
And
right.
I don't get razor bumps. Like
All
I
right.
might see one a year or every 2 years, if that.
Okay. All right, beautiful. That's a point to note.
And there's one other question that you didn't cover yet. You got everything
Yes.
else. Donna asked for suggestions for natural black hair dye. CV had suggested henna, and a couple of minutes ago, Caking asked basically the same question about what can I use to dye my hair.
Okay, I think we had answered that one. I'd said that what the Lord has blessed us with very very beautifully the Lord has provided us with the henna, sage, rosemary, which was the other one at fenugreek. I made a concussion with them. Let me just tell you a little story. After I believe that I want to use natural something for my hair and I want to get rid of these things. So I made my thing, but when I made it, I was so disappointed because it didn't look as black as I thought it would. But I had made it and I put it aside for a few days because I didn't really like it. And then I tell you something, brother, within a few days, the thing was as black as midnight. Very, very black. All right. But I put a little more ingredients, but guess what? For the life of me, I could not remember all the things that I put because I was just experimenting with it. All right. But it came out really black. But those that I can remember, I do know that I had rosemary, I had sage, I didn't have any. I have fenugreek, I have fennel, and I had cinnamon. I had cinnamon in that one. Yes. And really it had helped. The henna is excellent, I'm told. Some persons said they use henna, it turned their hair red. In that case, you have to mix it with the indigo. Indigo is the one that turned the hair red. But I don't know, when you combine the two, it's very helpful that way. All right. Natural shampoo and conditioner, there are very good ones on the market. For my shampoo, I use do you know Dr. Butter? Dr. Butter as a hair treatment. It's all in one, so you bathe with it and wash your hair with it. But you can use aloe vera, you can use tuna. I don't know, I don't even know the scientific name for tuna, but you can just look it up and you use the plant and it soaks very well. All right, soaks very well. So I just you can just rub your hair with it and wash it that way. And aloe, you can get it better. And as I said, you can you can use you can use your aloe on your food. And you can, and if you strip it first when you're going to wash before you put it in, then the oil built up will not be there, so you don't have to worry about wanting this sod. Now, this is a mistake that we make also. We believe we have to put a lot of suds in our hair. You really don't need to. It's like us washing. When we're washing, we think we have to have a lot of soddy looking water before the clothes can be clean. And we transfer the same thing into our hair. All right. Anthea said Dr. Butter also has a shampoo, so we can look for it. All right. Pastor is asking, how do we reverse gray hair? I've been over that 2 times, so I'm going to repeat it. I think someone posted in the chat the things that I use. Right, Donna put it, the henna, the sage, rosemary, fenugreek, they are natural hair dye that we can use. All right. Someone said crayons. I don't know that one. So John, you'd have to tell me what is how the crayon works. Okay. So that is the way that we can use. Prickly pear. Okay, beautiful. Prickly pear is another name for tuna somewhere else, I take it. All right. And Galaxy A12 is saying that there are different kinds of henna. So we know the black henna and we can use that one. But I want to, listen, all the things that we are saying, please do not do it outside of the importance of the importance of a very good diet. Sometimes our diets are poor and it is reflecting on the outside. All right. And your exercise, move away from most of the drinks that we are having, and please drink water. Your body needs water. It does not need all the other things. All right. We need to ensure that we drink the water, keep the body well hydrated. All right. I think we have answered all the question, Brother Howard. Yes.
Yes, there's one other that someone asked about if it's good to lock hair. I think that was the only other one.
I'm taking that the lock that they're asking about is the Rasta looking thing. I take it that's what they are talking about. No, that is it's going to hurt your hair. My hair was locked sometime before. All right, my hair was locked before, and I'm telling you that it is not the best thing for your hair because it pulls on your hair root. And it's going to eventually it's going to thin your hair. It's going to be breaking your hair. And most persons after years of doing this, they have to cut off the hair, or they find that their hair fronts are thinning out, and the length of the hair is there, but the weakness of the hair also. So it's not good for you to tighten your hair that much. Okay. So it's not the best thing to do. All right. And especially for us children in the last days, children of God in the last days, for those who are on with the dress reform, and dress reform also look at your hair, proper grooming for the preparation of the coming of Christ. Okay, I had to cut off mine because everybody thought I was an empress. And everywhere I go, the Rasta men, they hold me. I am an empress. And I remember there was a day when I was someplace, and this Rasta man who have seen me all the time, he came and he said, I want to see the Rasta lady. And one of my workers said, but we don't have a Rasta lady here. So yes, man, you know, the one who wear the long skirt and, you know, with the lock, with the dread here. He said, she's not a Rasta. So she a Rasta man. When he came to see me here, I was asking them for the Rasta lady, and they don't want to admit that you're a Rasta, but I know you're a Rasta. I said, why you come to that conclusion? I said, listen, I see you all the time, and I know that you don't eat meat, you're a vegetarian. You're dressing, the long skirt thing and all of that is a sister, empress weirdo clothes. All right. And not to mention your hair, a dreadlock style, you know, man, I couldn't take it. I could not take it. All along, these men have been calling me empress, and I say hi and you go your merry way. But that was the last straw. That was the last straw. I went to as a matter of fact, I did not leave work. I left work maybe about in the 10, 11 o'clock that night, because I just sit down right there and I take my scissors and I cut it off. I didn't go to the hairdresser or anything. I said, no, I cannot be a child of God and God is not getting the glory. There is another set of person claiming me to be part of them. I cut it off, virgin. I sit down. My hair was long, reaching way. I cut it off. I just sit and cut it off. Do you know that about 2 days later, I was sitting in my office. I was at work, and a lady came to do some business, and I was there, and she said, I'm so glad that I get to meet you, because when I was going, I asked the Lord to send me to a Christian. So I'm so glad that I found it strange. I said, how do you know that I'm a Christian? You look like a Christian. For a long time, I have not heard that. Everybody just wondered. They asked me, are you a Christian or you're a Rasta? And finally, I see that all along I was wearing the wrong brand. You understand? So I had to rebrand. As a child of God, we have to look like children of God. Leave the world alone and the things of the world. All right? I have 2 more questions, and I'm going to show you my daughters here. I did promise that and show you what I did. And then we have to close off. All right. I'm going to take Galaxy and then Latoya, and we are going to close off. All right, so go ahead, Galaxy, and then Latoya.
Yes, Doc. So for those of us who wants to do a protein treatment, we know that you know, it's out there where people use egg for protein treatment, but I want to tell you this evening that you do not get the benefit of protein on your hair from eggs, because the protein has to be hydrolyzed in order for it to penetrate the shaft of your hair. And in the natural world, one of the things that will do that is coconut. You just juice your coconut as thick as you can and apply that to your hair, and there goes your protein treatment.
Powerful information. Very, very good. All right. Okay, very good. Thank you, Galaxy. Galaxy, what is your name? I can't keep calling you Galaxy. What's your name, sister?
Christine, Chrissy.
All right, Chrissy. Yes, I prefer that. All right. All right. Let's get Latoya.
Yes, good night, everyone. I just wanted to repeat what was the ashwagandha and the licorice for.
Okay.
And also the stripping. What do you use to strip the ear?
I don't know if other persons have other suggestions that they use for this stripping. Personally, I use the apple cider vinegar. I do not tell anybody to drink apple cider. Don't put that thing in your stomach, but I use it externally to strip the hair. All right, so I use a quarter cup of it, and I keep the water in the pan. So I put the water in the pan, and I put the quarter cup of it in there, and I use it to wash out the hair first before I do anything, so that it will take out some of the heaviness from the hair and some of the things that might be sticking on it. All right, and make it very squeaky clean. But then remember that I've just started the process, so I'll be adding back some of those moisture and the oils that are taken from it. All right.
I can help you with that one as well.
Yes. What else?
So black soap. Black soap is powerful. It's a clarifying soap, so that will strip your hair of buildup. So what you do, if you get black soap, it's out of Africa and it's natural. You can either grate it, or you can break it up in small pieces, add some hot water to that, some oils like your castor oil, your olive oil. You can even put two drops of cinnamon oil, and that will help for clarification as well. And that will strip your hair of all the buildups.
Okay.
And remember that when we're applying shampoo to our hair, the shampoo is for the scalp of our hair, because the scalp is what we need to get clean. And whatever else run down the strands of your hair or the shaft of your hair, that is enough. You don't need to necessarily apply shampoo to your hair if you're not doing if you're not clarifying, if you're not stripping your hair. And then your conditioner is for the shaft of your hair.
Okay, beautiful. And it is important to remember that part. Most time, you know what we do? We wash our hair and not the scalp.
I'm not right.
So a lot of time you can look when a person finish washing their hair, you see these grease sitting on the scalp.
On the scalp, yes.
Right. We don't take time to wash it out. All right. Okay. So let me take these two.
The
okay, the ashwagandha. Oh, yes. So I was saying that you use the ashwagandha or the licorice because for the sleep. One was the sleep problem that we were talking about, persons who can't sleep. The melatonin would have been low, and that is going to affect your hair. So I was saying ashwagandha, excellent for that. Where woman is concerned and we have any form of imbalance in the system, then ashwagandha or licorice, if you don't have high blood pressure, would have been the two best herbs to use for that. All right, so woman's herb.
Alternate.
It can be one or the other, or you can use 1 week on or 1 week and 1 week off. All right,
Oh.
just a teaspoon to make a tea. If you are not sick, not on medication, I can give that information just out in the public, because sometimes persons are on other drug medication and things can interact with it. I'm just saying for in the way of information that these are two very powerful herbs to help to rebalance our hormones.
What
All
about
right?
the capsule?
Capsule is for pain. Excellent for pain. It's good for other things too, but we normally use that one for pain relief. All right.
Okay, so it would be the ashwagandha powder instead of the
Right.
capsule.
Yeah, or the licorice, whichever. All right.
Okay, right.
All right. So let's get to Melbourne. I have to close off so that I can join another meeting. Melbourne, it's your time.
Hello.
Yes.
All my hair is now in a draw. It's falling out like nothing, like crazy. I don't know what's going on.
All right.
So is there anything I can do to control that?
All right. So if you're going to be looking at the hair and it is falling out like that, I would want to get inside, because your hair is reflecting what is happening inside of you. So something is going on, Sister Melbourne. Something, some nutritional deficiency, some form of sickness, something is going on, some form of stress, some sleep, something is going on for that to be happening. It's not, and I want us to remember this, Bridget, it is not natural for your hair to be falling out. It's not natural. The only thing that will stay even through death is your hair. Okay, so it is not natural for this to be happening, but this forum would not be enough for me to explore what is happening, why our hair is falling out so fast. So what you'd have to do, Sister Melbourne, give me a call after. Just post your, take the number, nurse, post your number in there so that she can get to it, and then we can see what is happening to you, why that is happening. Okay. All right, Sister Melbourne. All right, let me take Jada. Yes.
Dr. Lamle.
Yes.
I have two small questions. The first one is for the henna. How do you apply it? Because it comes in a powdered form, and then you say you're using sage and fenugreek and all that. So do
all
you
of
mix
those
it
are
in
in
a paste?
powder. They're all in powder form.
So you're making a paste?
I made them as a more like a kind of tea.
Okay.
So I put them in there. I tend to spray them on and just leave them on for a while.
And then you wash it?
And then wash it after, yes.
Okay, all right, thanks. The next thing for the kelp, right? Kelp is something that was mentioned that it sometimes affects persons that have thyroid issues. Because I think if you have like low thyroid, can you use kelp, or is it the reverse with a high thyroid?
Kelp is a balancer. So you have kelp, chlorella, bladderwort, spirulina, all of those, they are balancers, right? So what they do, they help the body to adapt itself. They are wonderful. And they're ashwagandha that I mentioned before. So if a person has thyroid issues, then ashwagandha and kelp and dulse, bladderwort, these are herbs that can use to balance the thyroid if it's too high or too low. But for those kind of things, we need to explore it more to see how we help a person in that situation. You understand? Because because it won't be just so easy to say, well, take this and don't take that, So we'd have to look at what is going on with a person to determine what's the best way forward.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome. All right. I think I'll have to stop here. I'm going to show you now if I can find my daughter somewhere. There's also, I must mention something else. Ladies, as we start touching that 40 mark right there, one of the things that's going to be affecting us is hormone imbalance. Not every woman, but most women. There's also there's a combination of essential herbs that's used for helping with the hormonal imbalance. You can use that. Essential oils are excellent. I think it's the easiest way to get to that. And also there is a product that Sister Josephine had that can be very helpful in that situation. Please reach out to them. That part you can talk to them about it. Both of them numbers are there. There are things that can help us as females. We don't have to suffer all that much because God has put things up, make things available for us to be taken care of. All right. So you can talk to them. Both of them numbers are right there. Okay. I think, what are your views about purple onions and cayenne pepper? Cayenne pepper is good for circulation if you don't have other issues going on. It is a medicine and should be used medicinally. All right. Cayenne, please don't just eat cayenne for eating sake. Please just make sure that you use it medicinally, especially if you have circulation or your iron level is low, you can use that. If you know persons having like a stroke or heart attack or something, before you can get to the hospital, you can use those. All right. Purple onions, I like purple onions to eat raw instead of cooking with it. Okay. I think, Brother Howard, did we do well with everything?
Absolutely.
All right, beautiful. So my last act of kindness, all right, is to show the hair of Nancy. All right, come sis. Hey. How you doing? All right, so let me see if I can get her. All right, so okay, so here she is. It look very fair. Are you seeing it well?
Yes.
It will be easier to see without the virtual background.
Yeah. Okay, let me see. Let's see how we can work with that part. Oh. I forgot how to work this thing. I don't know how to get it off, brother. All right. All right.
Here is thick.
Very. So what had happened when the lockdown, our hair was about like way down there, right? And then when lockdown came and we had more time, then I started to use all the things that I'm talking about, except for the gray treatment and all of that, obviously. So our hair care was basically, so you see, and this is not even come out right now. I'm going to, tonight, I'll have to you try and get it out. So you see what we do? I have to use, I tend to use my finger. I'm trying to see where the comb is. And you don't draw it. You don't, so most of the comb that we have received, the comb have a one big side and a little part on it. You don't draw the hair, okay? And when I strip it, right now it is greasy because we use a natural oil, so it tend to be greasy. So what we do, I will use the vinegar on it, and I will just strip it, okay? And then now I use mayonnaise. All right, I use mayonnaise. Well, what I'd use to help to straighten it was the egg, the same egg that my girl was talking about. I use that, and I use the warm water with it. Okay, when I'm finished washing, I will use the shea butter, and with the shea butter you can use the tea tree oil, the peppermint oil, and which other oil, and fenugreek, you know, those kind of things. And this is the result. And now I'm having problem because it's hard for me to run. You know, first time I could just do something, and I can't do that anymore because this is going, it's going leaps and bounds. You see that?
So you're saying her hair was able to absorb the egg even though it was not hydrolyzed? which is what the other lady was saying?
I don't know about absorbing. What I do know, it strengthens. All right. So what I did, I mix it with the mayonnaise. All right. And I strip it first, then make that into a paste, both of them. I use everything in the egg, and I put it in there, and I will let it stay for maybe about an hour or two. And then I will wash it with the warm water first. And I find that it strengthens it that way. And after I wash it out with the warm water, then I will use a conditioner. All right. And I will rinse it with that. And then I will use the shea butter. Okay. Use the shea butter with the oils, and I will tend to twist it. Right now I plait it right here, but I tend to twist it. All right. And yeah, no, she can't eat her hair. All right. So that is it with her hair, and she's enjoying it nowadays. All right, go.
Don't mind me, just watching.
Are you still baking?
I do bake. I do bake.
No, your daughter used to bake.
Yes, she does. Nowadays she doesn't have time for this because she's so taken up with schoolwork. So we don't get much of that going these days. But so I mostly have to do the baking. All right. So I wanted you guys to see, because I want to show you that God has not left us comfortless. We are able to help ourselves. You know, whatever we have, we use. And I'm teaching her how to use the natural things there. You know, our hair is really beautiful and so healthy. All right. It doesn't fall out or anything. And part of it also is because of her diet. You know, she eats healthy. All right. She knows how to and we don't buy sugar and snacks and those kind of things. Young people, look at your diet. She's in the same age group, right? She's 16 going on 17. So this is a time when everybody eats all kind of unhealthy things. But we don't do that. So there's no snacks. So you don't in the house find biscuits and cheese and milk and all of those things. It's not there. The juice that is there is water. I make sure we have a lot of water. So she consistently drink water. All right. So you have to look at what you're doing, young people. You talk about your skin. That girl's skin does wonders for the health message. Our skin is absolutely flawless, right? So it does well for the health message. All right. And why? Because of using the things. Chocolate, I don't even know if she knows what chocolate is. She might have tasted it. I don't know. I cannot tell. All right. And ice cream, we learn how to use ripe banana. And we learn how to use, what else? We the fruits and make ice cream. You understand? So I'm saying to us that we can take care of ourselves. It is possible for us to be healthy, and your hair is going to show your health. Don't take in unhealthy thing and expect to look healthy. You know, don't do that. For my sister Verona, what you do, Ver, clip the ends of the hair and start trying the things. Get the essential oils and start using, stimulate the scalp. For my men, we give you the balm. Brother Bailey talk about how to use the razor. You said it is. That's what you call it, brother. Use the razor, right?
Single bladed razor.
Single blade, right.
The worst is when you have a double or triple bladed razor and you shave against the grain, you're going to end up with razor bumps or ingrown hairs, even if you don't get razor bumps.
Okay. So I trust that this evening session was helpful and that you have learned. One person, Jada, you will finish, and then Brother Bailey, you will pray for our ladies and our hair, our grooming to be Christ-like. And my pastor, where's my pastor? Punch, You will pray for us to grow in the likeness and image of God, to appreciate the goodness of God for us as we close off. Jada, you have something you wanted to ask?
Oh, I'd asked my question already. I just didn't take my hand down. Sorry.
When is the next session?
The next section that we are going to look at, we are going to be looking at our skin. So we do hair skin, yeah. So we are going to be looking at our skin, but I'll discuss it with my young people at Clifton, and then we will go ahead. So you will be told.
Well, I'm glad. Howard and I go to the same church here in Toronto, so he was the one who posted the flyer in the chat. So I'm just hoping that Howard would be able to get a copy of the next flyer and bring it, because I mean, you know, we've been in church all day, and this is so interesting that we are here, right, Howard? So I wonder how Howard takes care of his hair. Look how much hair he has.
He has, yes. he knows the secret.
I have to put that in Howard, sorry.
But you know something, what we do, you know, we are from complete healing. That's our brother Howard is part of our training group. So we are complete healing through the laws of health, and therefore what we do, we are always into training. We are always teaching person at how to take care of themselves, and we do all different kind of training. So right now we are doing this, and we specifically do this for the young people. Young people, we came out of Clifton. I will talk back with them, look at some of the things, and you might not see my face. I want the young people to be more upfront, because this is the first one in this kind of series. I just do it, but from now on, you might be seeing more of the young one, but we will inform you all. All right. So, Brother Howard, pray for us, please.
Yes, can you just mention one more time about the importance of water? Because a lot of folks do not drink enough water, especially in the later part of the night, because they don't want to be interrupted from their sleep.
But you know that if you do that in the days, you don't have to take as much in the nights.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a mistake that we do. Many times we don't have enough in the day, and in the night we drink guilt water. All right, just to know that we didn't go to our bed and not drink enough water. So we guiltily just go and just gulp down all of this water and go to bed and disrupt our sleep. There is a time when the body needs the water most of all, because you're in the atmosphere and you're using it up. All right. So yeah, that's my word for it. I just coined that word, guilt water. So drink it in the day. Have the best way you can get in water is have a water bottle. If you have a water bottle, it will give you a guide of how much water you are taking in. All right. So if you don't use a water bottle, you just go take up a glass of water, finish it up, another time you got no. But if you have a water bottle, then you will just be able to sip more, instead of just gulping down the water at the same time. All right, please, it is excellent for your skin and your hair and your internal organs. I don't know, I think every time we present something, I will mention water. All right, because it is most important. Over to you, Elder.
All right. Father God, thank you so much for the time that we've been able to spend here so productively. Thank you so much for Dr. Lamle, her willingness to share all that she has learned, well synthesized knowledge. And especially, Lord, I ask that you'd be with all the sisters and the brothers as well. Help us to take the best possible care of our bodies internally as well as externally. Please help us to realize that the way that we look, the way that we live, our facial expressions are the best possible marketing that we have for the benefit of being a Christian. Please give us all a great week, keep us safe, and help us to be productive and a blessing to all with whom we come in contact. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Let us continue in prayer. Loving Father, eternal and gracious Father, what an awesome privilege it is, Lord, to come before you in prayer. And we're so thankful for what you have put together through your servants and the blessing and benefit it has been unto us. Now, great Lord, it will profit us nothing if all that we have gained is just information without transformation. So I pray, Lord, that the information that we have learned would have caused us to see your glory, would have caused us to recognize that you have in store for us a better plan. You have in store for us the best and natural things to prosper us, to cause us to blossom, Lord. And so what we are asking tonight is that you will, by your presence and your grace and your word and what we have learned, cause us to become more like you in character. Let us be more modesty and be more intelligent as to what we put into our temple, that you may continue to dwell in them. Bless each and every one of us, and may all of us grow in grace. We thank you for blessing us and prospering us all this week in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, everybody, for coming. See you very soon. God bless you all, and have yourself a wonderful evening.
All righty, fam. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, I stopped this thing. This one?